Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for April 2022. This is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You're going to planets in the sign of Aquarius. You were intuitively guided. Whatever brought you, I want to welcome you. We are doing this reading on a Friday afternoon. I spent the morning outside. I live in the northwest, or the northwest. No, I don't. The northeast. I used to live in the northwest of America, of the United States. So, you know, we're in winter and we're having quite a beautiful day today, 70. So I spent the morning outside, and now I'm going to do your reading. I have the window wide open. It's funny because I've been waiting to do your reading, but there's been a dog barking, and I thought to myself, well, you know, it's like, you want this warmer weather. That means noises again. Okay. Guys, we're going to use 3 different decks for you. We're going to start with Mother Mary, get our words of wisdom. We'll let one come out and then read it at the end. We're going to use the Good Tarot to do the main spread, and then we're going to use the Crystal Vision to go a little bit deeper. Many of you know these are not short little readings, but it's because we go in depth, right? You know, it's like, I want love, but it does, you know, you have to know how to get from A to Z without skipping. You know what I mean? I don't know. Don't even worry about what I'm saying. Okay, let's begin. Give Mother Mary a shuffle. Everything is pre-shuffled, by the way. I want you to know how much I appreciate your time. I know you have a million other options. And I don't know why, but I want to also say that for you, Aquarius, March and April are really supposed to be lucky months for you. Now, when I say lucky, I mean, I feel like the first half of the year was really about finances and, you know, stability in that type of area. And then I know that love's coming. I have it in your yearly. Don't forget to check it out. Keep it in your back pocket, because it evolves as the year evolves. Some things make no sense in the beginning, right? Because I haven't been there yet. But then you're there and you're like, okay, wait a minute. So, therefore, your personal year numbers, look those up, and also your life path numbers. I feel like those elements are important to know. Like, what is your life path number? Because the more you know about your life path number, the more you understand your journey, your particular journey. And then your personal year. Remember, we're flowing within the cycles. Let's say 9-year cycles, right? What is my year? If I'm in a year 1, which I am personally, it's the year of the Magician. So last year was the reflection. This year is now the action. So all that is there. All you have to do is go look at the playlist and you will find it. Personal years, even if they're for, because I think I put for some 2021, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, those numbers follow. So you're a 5 personal year this year. Next year you will be a 6, and the year after you will be a 7. So you're going through each cycle. You need to know that. You don't need to know it. I think it just helps. Okay, enough talking. We have action. And we have compassion. So you got 2. Action. Today I take action related to the priorities that I have previously put off. You know, we're entering spring. Not everyone, but, you know, a lot of us are entering spring. And it just, you know, it's kind of like that spring cleaning type of thing. Today I take action related to the priorities that I have previously put off. And then compassion. You know, compassion, I feel like doesn't come, I mean, sure, I think you can just be born with compassion, but I feel compassion is born out of one's own struggle. Knowing, like I've walked your, like I've been where you're at. Um, so I see and feel others' points of view with forgiveness and kindness. I see and feel others' points of view with forgiveness and kindness. I can already hear some cursing like, Sandy, you don't know. Well, I feel like forgiveness or a lack of forgiveness, a lack of, I feel like when you don't forgive and you keep regretting and you know what I mean, you live in I should have, I wished I would have, that type of thing. I don't know that it helps you in your present moment, because I feel like you're really meant to think about today and what can I do from today moving forward. Okay, anyway, I don't know why I'm talking so much. Let's give the Good Tarot a cut. And we are going to take off the top and let the story unveil itself. Let's begin. We have the Six of Fire, Six of Wands. This is a good energy, unless I'm in my ego. There can always be that, but, it's in the upright. This is a time when other people are really looking up to you for your advice, for your words, for your action. You know what I mean? It's like people, because I feel like, this person has traveled, had like fought a battle and now has won the war, and feels like these people are like looking up. All of a sudden, as I said that, I started thinking about Ukraine and Russia. And I do not mean it in that way. We have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. This is overthinking something. This is having fear about something that is unnecessary. It's thinking, it's thinking doom before I've even begun the journey. Nine of Swords, again, it's a 9, so you want to reflect upon it, but you just want to learn, like, what's in this 9, like, what's causing all this excess and unnecessary worry. Why do I automatically go to doom instead of, why do I go to the dark instead of the light? We have the Two of Swords. Well, because there's a blindfold on. It's funny because I feel like in this blindfold, normally this is something I don't want to see, right? I don't want to deal with. I don't think I'm ready to deal with it, type of thing. So, I don't necessarily see my opportunities. But I'm not feeling that with this. I feel like once you reflect upon that 9, that blindfold just falls right off. I feel like someone's just fearful of creating something for the future. Or maybe I'm fearful of, rising to the top. Listen, lots of people though they may not even know it, have fear of success and can self-sabotage. That's kind of what this is. It's like a self-sabotage of this victorious energy. Now, I can get rid of that though. I can change that. Look at that, the High Priestess. I think that's how I change it. This is your intuition. This is your higher self. This is your higher self who has been there, done that over and over, many, many times, in different ways, different experiences. Your higher self reminds you that you are spirit, having a human experience. But number one, you are spirit. And don't forget that part of yourself. This self-sabotage is, I feel like it's like man-made. Listen, I feel like, and I keep saying like self-sabotaging. I know it can end. This is about, I feel like here is a lesson, right? I don't think we should pass this lesson up because I feel like this is a lesson about learning to trust my intuition. It may be my first instinct, but then I start to overthink it. Then I start to think all that could go wrong instead of all that can go right. It's sometimes forgetting that your power in creating your own world. But the nine, this 9 and the 2, it doesn't have to be with the High Priestess. That's what I feel. Like it doesn't have to be. Don't overthink. Try not to overthink. And if you find yourself overthinking, tell yourself that. Like, wait a minute, you're overthinking. Because just because you have a thought, it doesn't make it true. We have quite the imaginations. This is definitely based off of past energy, no doubt. Okay, let's keep going. We have, dang it, look at this. We have the Ten of Swords, first of all. With the 6 of Wands below it. I do feel like this is you overcoming. But boy, do I feel like I took the whole, like this chapter, I took it the whole way. And I don't think I should have. Like this chapter, I took it the whole way to the 10. Usually this person is like in submission. They're expecting these daggers to come, and therefore they do. I like how all these white feathers are coming down, though. We have the Page of Fire, Page of Wands. Well, first thing I feel is it's a different path. It's a different energy. This one feels like I'm among the planets. Like I'm connected. I feel like I'm connected to all. Within this page, like she just feels like she's very connected. We have the Moon, which is interesting because right before I took this card, I was looking at the page and I was like, well, is that the Moon? It looks like the Moon. Here's the Moon. This Moon can be a Pisces, can be Cancer. The Moon is a ruler of Cancer. We just had the Virgo full moon. When the moon shows up, it's kind of giving you another clue of if this is some type of self-sabotage. Where does this energy of doom, like maybe like it won't work out? Well, the sun or the moon can certainly you know, be a sense of uncertainty, right? It's like I can't see all the corners, and, you know, I don't know what's hiding in the dark. You know, the moon does illuminate, but only so much. So I feel like, you know, it's saying this two here, this two swords, which really is normally blocking the next opportunity. It's showing why. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Maybe that's because you haven't created it yet. Well, look at this. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and I feel like it's showing up at just the right time. Just the right time. Ace of Pentacles to me is energy that's coming into your physical world. A lot of times it's something in the material world. It can be, you know, it can be a job offer. It can be anything, really, that comes into this earthly world. But it's coming as a seed. And, you know, can I guarantee that I'll make it the whole way to the Z? If I nourish this ace, yes. I can't say yes, but if I do nourish it, it will take root. It's like your higher self knows that. I feel like some of you have been in a situation where, you know, listen, there's way too many negative swords here. But beyond that, there's quite beautiful energy. I feel like, you know, I feel like someone really took this chapter, like the sword chapter, the whole way to the end of the Ten of Swords. You know, that's where I start to feel like it's out of my control. Like, you know, I can't make changes. You know, I want to say that sometimes is when we fall down to our knees and we beg for change. We don't know how, right? I don't know how to change it. I don't know how to leave. I don't know how to do that. So I feel like with the High Priestess in this Ace of Pentacles, it's here to show you or to help you. Ask. Don't forget, your angels need you to ask for their assistance. Your guides will always assist you, but your angels, you know, they need to be invited into the situation. Invite them in. All right, let's keep going. We have the Four of Cups. You know, the way I read the Four of Cups is an energy of not really being proactive in, you know, how I want my life to be or look. There's, you know, usually a cup being offered to someone in this Four of Cups, and, you know, do I do it, or do I take it, or do I not? That's where you go back to the High Priestess. You use your spiritual discernment, and you know, I feel like this too, listen, that may change it all. So I feel like you do need to be active in something. Like, I feel like you need to be willing to take this cup. I feel like that the universe is offering you. And maybe that's exactly what your yearly was talking about. Like, we're moving out of this heaviness. And then the Ace of Pentacles could certainly talk about, like, I felt like the first, I don't want to say the first half of your year. Because I really don't feel like it's the whole half. But I feel like it has been about getting you in place. You allowing yourself to be almost like put in place. Look at this. We have the Ace of Wands, action. You know, I keep getting the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. This has to be like the fourth, fifth, if not more reading that these two aces came out. So I feel like this is energy. It's saying this, you know, the Ace of Wands is about action. It's desire. It's passion. You know, it's walking down a path that can be quite passionate, right? But I have to reach out and grab this ace, or I have to reach this, excuse me, I have to reach, I don't know why I'm stumbling with my words. I have to reach out and grab this wand. I have to do it. Nine of Swords is right above it. It's almost like, will they? Do they do it? Here, I'm not so sure. Here, I'm not so sure. Over here, I'm like, oh yeah. Wow, look at this. We have the Ten of Cups. You know, it's almost like here is your A to Z. Doesn't mean that's how quickly it goes. Now, doesn't mean it can't either. Because something's coming into your physical world. I have a feeling the moon, though it can be Pisces or it can be Cancer, I feel like it's also talking about a time period. A time period. I feel like, you know, I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel like if I'm, you know, if I don't know, or, you know, even if I do know, I probably do know that I'm self-sabotaging some things in my life based off of, you know, what divine says doesn't need to be there, right? That worry has carried over from something. The 10. I don't want to keep focusing on that, but I do want to say we have the Ten of Swords here. We have the Ten of Cups here. This Ten of Cups is sitting right next to the Ace of Wands. So I know this Ten of Cups is not the same, let's just say, location as this Ten of Swords. And I feel like that's why I'm feeling this Page of Wands, almost like mystical. Kind of mystical. Almost like she's understanding the moon, becoming one with the moon, which I feel like for some reason helps eliminate, you know, what's in the middle of your spread is the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords. So we have to pay attention to that because I feel like this is the main thing that, I don't want to say blocks all that wants to come to you. Listen, Mother Mary, action. But the timing, can you affect the timing? Of course you can. If I don't take that blindfold off, if I pretend nothing, I don't know. You know, sometimes we just get comfortable in the uncomfortableness. And the thought of change becomes fearful, even if what we're in is not what we want. The universe is helping you to change that. But first you got to change this. This is about trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, knowing what is true, what is false. When you're thinking thoughts about the future, about today, whatever it is, you know, when you receive an epiphany or you see a sign, trust it. Don't overthink it. Because these aces are coming. And I don't know. Look at this Two of Swords, kind of like blocking in a way the Ten of Cups. What? We have patience. This is temperance. This is divine timing. It's funny. Someone just left a comment and said, if I hear divine timing one more time, and I'm thinking, I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly how you feel. But that is what it's about. You know, if we keep reminding ourselves, okay, if I am a spirit here having a human experience, what is it all about? What am I, you know, it's here to learn, right? It's here to grow. It's so that my spirit becomes even wiser, right? I feel like the lessons we learn in each life are learned for eternity. Some of us do have karma, just the way it is, but we also have the opportunity to pay it off and then just close that door for good. And you know, and I feel like when we do that, we don't just close the door for ourselves, we close the door for everyone following us. Because let's just think about this. Let's say this is a marriage. This person here in the 2 and the 9 of swords that eventually goes to that 10 of swords really becomes submissive in that energy. Let's say that let's say there was a child who watched that, saw that, grew up with that. Let's say so then this child would think, wonder, you know, and probably end up in something similar. Now, they could go completely the opposite direction too. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if we think of it like, as I cut these ties, I'm not just cutting them for me, I'm cutting them for everyone who follows. My children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. I'm feeling that a lot lately too. Like, I am cutting these ties for eternity. So, doesn't mean, we have to remember we're both light and dark, right? Light and shadow. It's just who we are. We have that. We know that when we get in an argument, right? Like, oh, there comes that shadow. But we can learn to balance it, and that's what we're meant to do. And I feel like that's what divine timing is about, right? It's just the right time. It's a timing when something will work versus not work. You know, it's like if I bring, let's say this is universal energy, and I'm bringing in these aces. I can bring them into you when you're in that 9 and 2, right? You have the blindfold on, but where's it going to take it? What are you going to do with that? Are you going to be able to nurture it? Are you ready to nurture it? What if it's someone else? You know what I mean? It's them in this energy. You know, would they be ready to nurture this? So that's what I feel like universal or divine timing is about. And it's not, I feel like, us. You know, sometimes it's us waiting on, you know, the universe to start moving. But many times the universe is waiting for our action. Here it is right here. Action and compassion. Okay, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups can be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We do have the ruler of Cancer out. You know, the Queen of Cups is someone, you know, it's interesting that I was just learning how, like, a Scorpio, you know, lives their life under the water. And what I was looking at is the meaning of a seahorse, because there's seahorses in here a lot, and it's a symbol of good luck, and many other things. But anyway, somehow I got to the water signs, and it was saying how Scorpio lives underneath the water, and like the seahorse, you know, I forget how much time it spends underwater, but it does go up for air, is actually the messenger to her. She stays there, and I don't know, you know, it's funny because my daughter's a Scorpio, and I know this is not a Scorpio reading, but some of you may relate to that because maybe it's about, for some of you, a Scorpio. Anyway, Cancer and Pisces, they're half and half. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. Look at that. We have the Knight of Cups right underneath her. Interesting. You know, sometimes we think, you know, I want a relationship. Why am I not getting a relationship? And maybe you could just have a relationship, but if it's not about, like, you know, I feel like I've learned more about, like, you know, a relationship will happen when a relationship happens, right? But if I stay proactive in my life and keep, you know, keep to my morals and do what I am inspired to do, you know, I know the right person will come along, because you're on your, you know what I mean? Because you are, how do I want to say this? I feel like because it's like like-minded energy. You know what I mean? It's like I go to the bar, and that's where I pick up all my people, and then, you know, I date them for a couple days, and then they turn out to be an asshole, blah blah blah. Versus, you know, I am an artist, and I decide, you know what, I'm going to take an art class or whatever, you know, something like that. And then during that art class, lo and behold, I meet someone who also loves art. Who becomes part of your life. So, but you free will. All right. Look at this. Well, I love seeing this, first of all, and you saw it turn itself around, so I have to keep it flipped. The Eight of Swords, there is that self-created prison. You know, now we have the 8, right? The 9, 8. I mean, the 8, the 9, the 10 of Swords. The most difficult, you know, energies, really. One of the most difficult energies there are. And this is about a self-created prison. So sometimes I feel like I can't free myself from things, from other people, other people's actions. Sometimes I feel I can't free myself and do what it is I want to do. But you know what? You broke through. You broke out of that prison. And I think that's beautiful. Like, I loved how the card flipped itself around, you know, like, to make sure that I saw it and I knew that that's the way it's meant to be. You know, 8 is about a new beginning, but it's also about self, right? Self-created. So this prison I created based on all these other swords. I don't blame you, but you don't need to stay there. Like, your spirit would be like, nothing going to hold me in this prison, right? So I feel like this is you breaking free. You're breaking free. And I feel proud of you. It's funny. Like, I was your best friend, and I feel proud of you. Okay. We have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. I know some of you must be connected to Scorpio just the way I was talking about Scorpio. But it's also about endings. And it would make sense coming next to that Eight of Swords in reverse. An ending, a closing of a door, a no more, right? It is no more. Death, it says, don't fear the ending, because with this ending comes a rebirth. There's a rebirth. Look at this. And the Magician. Wow, I just got goosebumps. I don't know why, but I got goosebumps because I'm feeling like the power of the Magician. Your power to create. Some of you may be in a one personal year or even have a one life path. You're the creator. You know, you become the teacher. And then you think about the Magician and the Magician's role in the tarot, and that's really to be the first person that the Fool, who begins this whole journey, you know, the next cycle, is the first person that the Fool's going to meet. And the Magician teaches the Fool, you know, listen, you don't need to take all the material things from every life with you. just the wisdom. And that's why the Fool only needs to carry a knapsack. The Magician teaches them that you have all the tools you need along this path. And along this journey, you're going to meet people who really are soulmates. Because the next is what? The High Priestess. And then the Empress. And then the Emperor. And you see how, like, it's like spiritually getting you strong so that you can then physically be strong. Right? I go through the Magician to the High Priestess who teaches me. You know, this is about I feel like the Magician is about walking this physical journey, but not forgetting about your spiritual tools. And then the High Priestess teaches you that I am your GPS. You are your GPS. I am you. Tune into me. You know, when the road gets dark, tune into me. Listen to me. It's listening to yourself. It's funny how I feel like it's like completely so different, the atmosphere between that Ten of Swords and that Page of Wands. Like I was living a very earthly type of life and taking all these earthly type of swords, and now maybe I did drop to my knees, and now I feel like it seems like your spirituality is what's really coming into play. So I love the Magician here with the Ace of Pentacles right here. Again, it's showing, you know, if nothing, I feel like this shows us the power we have in creating the type of life that we want. Now, it doesn't guarantee anything, right? But if we keep remembering that we're not just this human, you know, and that we're connected to all, I don't know. It makes life a little easier. We have the Page of Pentacles. Page came in reverse also. Some of you, it's funny because I got this with I must have done Capricorns. Had the Page of Pentacles, and I felt like they were meeting someone along that path. And I also felt like there was, like, you know, something that was left unfinished. I feel it's the same with you. You know, and this could be a dream left unfinished. Something that can be fruitful for you financially. And it may be something that, you know, listen, maybe you don't know all you need to know. But you got to be willing to learn. I feel like if you're willing to learn, you're going to learn. Right? But you got to be willing at the same time. It's hard what to know. It's hard to know. Why can't I talk? It's hard what to do. What to know to do next. What is wrong with me? Sometimes it's hard to know what your next steps are. It's funny. Now I understand. Someone left me a comment one time and he said, "What are you, drunk?" Now I get it. Like, because that happens every once in a while. My words just like get mumbled. Look at this. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is about unexpected love. You know, we're now moving into the month of April. And I know, kind of just from your yearly, I remember the energy. And I feel like this is just as it should be. So this is like love coming in, right? Each night has a mission to complete, and this one is to give you this cup of fulfillment. It's telling me it's coming directly into your physical world. Look at this. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. Huh. You know what's weird? I just have to say, sometimes we're in the Three of Swords, right? Our heart feels broken. And we're in the Ten of Swords energy where it's like we're just taking so much bullshit, right? And then we think that that's our lives and that's where it's always going to be. But not everybody. Sometimes, you know, if you're willing to take chances, listen, if you're in an energy where you have the 9 and the 10 of Swords, and listen, there's probably ego involved in that also. I feel like very easily, you know, how do I want to say this? Like, first of all, this night is not connected to who's ever in the energy of this 10. Now, when I'm in this energy of the 10, if I'm in my self-created prison, this knight who's bringing this cup isn't going to serve me so much. But it's doing the opposite. It feels like immediate, like, so I put so much weight on those 10 swords, right? Because of the heartache. But then this knight comes in and that heartache is gone. It's gone. That was probably karmic. And not only, you know, part of the lesson there was learning it was to free yourself. You had to free yourself. And once you do that and you close the door to that, right, you know, the universe is like almost promising a rebirth. But your part in this rebirth is also important. So, what else we have? We have the 3 of Pentacles. Interesting, both 3s are in reverse. You know, I'm not worried about this 3 being in reverse because I feel like what this is saying is because it's coming over the 2 of Swords. Listen, I feel like you've been around energy, maybe not right now, maybe now, but at some time in your life, and this can be your whole life, where people didn't appreciate you for what you bring. Like, they didn't see you. Like, not everyone could see you for all that you could be. And some, I just want to say, for some of you, there's someone who can see all that you can be, and they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't want you to be all that you can be because you'll be better. And they know that. You know, that's narcissistic type energy right there. So if you're in that energy, there's nothing you can do to make it better. Some say they can. Listen, that's your choice. I don't know what you can, but I guess we all deserve. I don't know. So anyways, so that is what was. But I don't feel like that is what will be. Because this whole thing is talking about taking action. Moving you to a different type of life almost. Moving you to not just like more like success. And I feel like, you know, where do I start to look for that? It's something that I feel like you already possess. And I mean that as like a talent. Doesn't mean I'm great at it. Maybe I need to learn more. But I feel like, you know, like if I'm a painter, I have put the paintbrushes down. Maybe for 10 years. And maybe it's time to pick them back up. You know, I don't feel like I have to tell you that. I feel like yourself is telling you that. You know, when you go from a 9 to the 10 of Swords, you can really lose belief in yourself. Look at that. The 9 of Swords in reverse. So look at all these coming in reverse. You know what? That doesn't negate that they're here, though. This is success. This is a fear of success. This is a fear, can I reach success? What do I have to give the world? You have something to give the world because in the 3 of Pentacles, you are a missing piece of the puzzle. So, this is more, I feel like, what you don't think or didn't. Anyways, here's the Ace of Pentacles. You know, it's coming over the High Priestess, also coming over the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like that changes, right? If I'm willing to learn, if I'm willing to understand that, listen, I feel like you're really good at something, but maybe you don't even know it yet. Or maybe you used to be. But you don't even know that you can take, like, you can take this ride the whole, well, now you can go the whole way to Z. Right? This is success, but you gotta trust it. And I feel like the universe is giving you away. You know, this type of energy, it's not always like that. Everything changes. Though I have to say, here I feel like everything changes. Isn't that interesting? I feel like maybe for 10 years I lived in this hell. And then finally I broke free. And then instantly my life is different. It's different. Now I got to rebuild myself, right? I got to rebuild my own foundation. I got to make it strong again. I got to start doing what I desire and not be afraid of it. We have the King of Cups. So, we have the Queen, we have the King, and we have the Knight, all of Cups. This King's coming over the Four of Cups. So I feel like, you know, one of these are reaching their hand out with a cup. We have the Strength card. Perfect energy to come out right now, because the Strength card is, again, eights. There's a lot of eights in your reading. But Strength card is when you are figuring out, you know, the strength within yourself. This is an inner journey, right? Other people can cause you hell, but what you decide to take on is really is what you want to look at and then eliminate. You know, it's not about fixing who's ever in this Ten of Swords energy with you, because you can't. And maybe it's not your job anyway. Your job, or the lesson, I feel like, was about freeing yourself. Sometimes we got to get down on our knees. And then sometimes, once we, you know, it's like instant. You know, I feel like once you free yourself, life changes. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So the Strength card teaches you, you know, this is really when you learn that you're a spirit warrior. This is when you learn, listen, if you survived all those swords and then you were able to free yourself from them, there is nothing you cannot take now. And you know that, right? Because it's a sense of strength and power that no one can take away from you. And the Magician, being right there, also knows that. So this feels like a healing, like an inner healing. All right. Let's talk about this Queen of Pentacles for a second, because she's coming under the Three of Pentacles. So we want to think about, like, what is her specialty? Her specialty is seeing those little things that other people miss. Now, I'm saying that because this may be an idea of something that you create. Some of you may be psychic. Some of you, you know, what are you moving to? You're helping others to overcome exactly what you have overcome. So this Queen, she really pays attention to those little details. I also feel talks about signs. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is a very independent type energy. And again, I don't care what your sign is. It's not about that. I just feel like she's feeling much more independent. Look at this. We have the Nine of Swords. It's like, am I this way or am I this way? It's like sideways. It's coming over Temperance. And, you know, it's interesting. I never like to say that someone else can heal us, but I do have to say someone else can certainly make you forget about the past very quickly. And I feel like that's what's happening over here. You know, once this door is closed, once the rebirth happens, once you free yourself and then understand your own power, and don't fear success, you know, learn what you can learn. This ace is the way. It's going to help you, right? It's going to, I feel like, turn this Nine of Pentacles around. So it's going to help you build success. You can't build it in this Ten of Swords. I feel like you can't, because the Nine of Pentacles needs your focus. Your focus is like spent here. So, what I was going to say, it's not often that I feel like another comes in and helps heal us, but I feel like in this case, another comes in to help heal the remainder of what needs healed. And you know, you're probably doing the same. So, I don't feel like this is just about love. I also feel like this is about your confidence and your ability to create success through your pentacles. I feel like the universe is behind you, no doubt. I feel like love comes in the right time, guys. You know, because it cannot come in that Ten of Swords. But I feel like pretty quickly after I free myself and I allow this rebirth, first I feel like has to come you. I want to look at the 9, the 3, and the 9 of Pentacles. And it went off the deck. Off the deck. It went off the table, not off the deck. We have the Fool. You know, perfect energy of what I'm trying to say here. The Fool is someone who is willing to take a risk. I'm going to take a chance. You know, I feel like the strongest people are those who have had many falls, but then also rises, right? Because the more we learn how to pick ourselves up and move forward, the more exciting I feel like our life is. So this Fool feels like, okay, let's start this new journey. I'm ready. Let's go. I feel like the Fool, I mean, here's the Fool, here's the Magician, boom, here's the High Priestess. You know, it's like your spiritual team is all around you. You're not going to fall off this cliff. I feel like it's saying you got to learn to take a chance in yourself and in your own gifts, because you have the opportunity to take this ride the whole way to success. It won't happen unless you believe in yourself. Doesn't mean, you know, like it's all smooth. You know, of course there's like, you know, there's days I have difficulty. You know what I mean? But you still power through. Anyway, the Fool, I'm not powering through. The Fool is free and clear. The Fool is after this 8 where I have freed myself. Here's the Fool, free. Looking back at this 3 of Pentacles, I feel like this Fool was looking for more soulmate type energy. People who are more like me, understand me. Well, I feel like that's exactly what you're finding. The doubt of you creating, let it go away. And then I feel like this love, well, let's look a little closer at it. Because first thing, you know, here is this Knight. It's unexpected. Comes in. And immediately, the 3 of Swords is in reverse. So it's like all this heaviness and bullshit, this quickly, all that goes away. Doesn't mean that my mind is healed. It just means that I'm not missing whatever I'm closing the door on here. I no longer miss, you know, boom, I don't miss that. Doesn't mean I still don't have to build, right? And you know, focus also on my pentacles so that I can have this strong, independent foundation. But I feel life is a beautiful balance of both. All right, so I'm just looking at this Knight, and I'm looking at the question of love. We have the Knight of Wands. So, fast-moving energy, passionate energy. I often feel the Knight of Wands does not take no for, none of them take no, because they have to complete their mission. It's funny, they're normally sent by the Queen or the King. Well, here is the Queen and the King. We have the Three of Wands. Look at this. Our first three in the upright. And it's a good one. It's your view of your future at all it can be, right? This is an optimistic lens. This is being excited just for the opportunity, just to be in it today. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay. I feel like for someone, this energy of the Ten of Swords, whoever I'm in here, there may be someone who, almost like I chose this and not this person. Or maybe that option of choosing this person was taken away, so somehow I ended up here. Oh, I kind of know that story. And up here. So for some of you, this is someone of your past, but I want to know more. We have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, well, Six of Pentacles. First of all, we're in a universal year 6, the year of the lovers. If we take that literal, like the Lover's card, can mean head over heart decisions this year. Six of Pentacles is a very compassionate energy. This is where I do give to those who have less than I do. And it makes me feel good. I just realized, with this 5 and the 6, it comes to 11. They can speak of master number 11, but also the connection. Some of you may have always had, like, whatever I do within this Nine of Pentacles, I feel like it, ultimately it will help you help others. Now, I feel like however that happens, it doesn't matter. Okay, anyway. We have the Hangman. We have the Sun and the Moon. And look at this. We have the Two of Cups. Soulmate. So, that's what I wanted to know with this Queen and the King and the Knight. The Knight, 2 Knights, by the way, coming in. Some of you may be starting a family where there will be 2 boys. Maybe each has their own. It can be blended families. Honestly, I feel like, I just feel like this, because of the type of love, first of all, it's coming, this Two of Cups is with the Sun. It's with the Sun. There's nothing to fear here. Everything is illuminated. I felt that 5 in the 6, the 11, and now we have the Two of Cups. I feel like Temperance is saying timing really is everything. Because this Ace and the Ace of Wands with this Knight would not be the same if I was still in the Ten of Swords versus being free. It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't hold the same value. Everything in it's time. You know, that Nine of Swords coming over Temperance tells me this is the most important thing. If there is a lesson here for you, and it's, you know, I feel like a lot of you already freed yourself. Now it's to free your mind. Free yourself, free your mind, and the rest will follow. Free yourself, don't be so shallow. Okay, guys, I think I should leave there. You know, confusing probably for some, but I feel like this is a typical Aquarius reading. Because I do feel like, you know, you do think deeply. But sometimes, much like Earth, it can overwhelm you. This is about freeing yourself. This is about enjoying your life. This is allowing yourself to change your life if it needs change. Allowing yourself to be the full. It's like all your teachers are here. And then I feel like also, it's about success within your pentacles. I mean, I often feel like readings like sometimes feel like they're too good to be true, but they're not too good to be true because there's a lot of work in here. There's a lot of overcoming and understanding and moving beyond before everything starts to open up. You know what I mean? So that's why the reading is long, because I could just bring out the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups and be like, boom, love, end of reading. But how do I get there? What's holding it from me? What do I need to look at? Those are the kind of things I feel like we find out in the reading. So anyways, today I take action related to the previous priorities I have put off. I feel like that's what the Page in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles in reverse is talking about. There's something you're very great at. I wanted to say good, but great came out. That can truly take you to success. All that you need and more. Because I feel like ultimately, with more, you give back. And isn't that the way the world's supposed to be, right? If I have more than I need, then I give to those who don't. I balance. It's a balance. Not just within us, but within the world. So, I'm going to stop talking. I love you guys. Compassion. I see and feel others' points of view with forgiveness and kindness. Who's ever in this Ten of Swords, if this is narcissistic type of energy, I'm not telling you to pick up that phone and say, I forgive you, because it wouldn't matter, right? It just wouldn't matter. And it's not you, it's not you. It will be the next person. It was probably the person before you, and that's their karma, and that's their hell, but it's not your hell. So when I say forgive, I just mean within yourself. Maybe forgive yourself. It's like I remember when I was young and some stupid choices that I made. I guess I didn't know better. I don't know. But they put me in very difficult type of situations where I had to free myself. And one in particular took 5 years. But I knew. I kept saying to myself, this is not going to be my life. This is not going to be my life. And lo and behold, it is not my life. Matter of fact, it is the opposite. So, here is the Two of Cups, guys. Here is the success. Here are the aces to help you. Your spirit guides are right here with you. Your main ones. So, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I thank you in all the ways you support my channel. Thank you for your donations. It's really what helps keep me on YouTube, which is it's harder and harder. I think because they're going in a million different directions. So it's kind of affecting, some, it's like, the 1% doing well. So anyway, I thank you. I thank you. Thank you for valuing my work. I really put everything into it for you, because you know what? I want this for you. I want this for you. I love you guys. I mean, you are my soul family. I know that. And I welcome anyone who's new also. I hope, I hope you feel at home. And listen, different people are going to be at different points in this reading. So they're going to have different perspectives. That's fine. That's okay. And above all, use your own intuition. Use your own intuition. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.